Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Welcome back to Edassa the Holy Line. Tonight, Conrad will be going to the Elysium to speak with the Baron about the eventual attack on the Turkish horde outside the city, and after our guaranteed victory, further plans of the city and better ways to improve it into our own favor. At this point, Conrad will be by himself entering Elysium. His bodyguard will be away from him at the time. And at this point, he'll simply sit at a table and ask around, see if the Baron is available for a meeting.
Yes, you meet Auric at the palace in the journal, the place that you've met him before, I believe. You usually meet him in Elysium. This is a formal meeting. He's invited you to the palace. You're let into the palace. You see his two ghouls. You see them all the time. They appear to deal with you. They appear to handle you with deference. Give you a small bow of the head in respect. They open the door, and you see Ulrich at his lovely ornate desk, and with a map of all the domains in the city. Battle plans, and you will simply nod to you and say, good evening, comrade. I believe you wanted to meet with me.
Yes, I did. I was curious about our further actions dealing with the Turkish horde. I wanted to be more aware so I could not be in your way.
Well, speaking of the horde, we are bringing together large plans to fight them. I believe by now you've heard from local crier about a large raid being planned. Actually, wait. Do you have military influence contacts or noble influence contacts?
I have noble contacts.
Okay, yeah, you know this then, I think. No doubt you've heard down the grapevine that a large raid is being planned against the Turkish horde. I will be needing certain Canaanites to help. The sheriff will be leading one half, and the scourge will be leading another.
Interesting.
Yes, the Scourge will be leading the majority of the force to take out as many archers as possible and unblock the river. The sheriff will be leading a raid on the supply caravan. They'll be attempting to steal it, as they are distracted by the rather large force attacking their camps by the river.
And he kind of turns his head to that. I was actually thinking of doing something involving their supply lines, but nothing as mundane as that.
Oh?
Well, since we are dealing mainly with mortals, I think we should infest their especially the water supplies with our blood. A few blood-bound soldiers would be useful to us. And other than that, I also would like to know when this is happening, because I will, if you would not mind, I'd like to send in do a act of sabotage before your eventual machinations.
It will be happening in 7 days' time.
I see. I was also wondering if you had maybe some men that you did not care for. I need some extra bodies to make sure that this gambit I'm trying to commit to is successful, and I need the manpower.
You'll need to talk to the sheriff of the Scourge about such matters. They'll be handling the forces on the ground.
I see. And then with that, we see we have a plan for the Turks. Then what's our plan for the city once we guarantee our victory?
Indeed. How does your knight find you?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you very well.
He says, "How does your knight find you?" in an attempt to shift topics slightly.
As far as of the past few days, my nights have been going relatively well. I've had a lot of company recently, and I found a new business venture I wish to invest to. I'm hoping I can nurture it into a blossom of wealth.
Well, hopefully it turns out well for you. Keep up the good work, and we might find ourselves with a third Elysium in the city.
Hmm. And you, my man, besides the tension of the obvious machinations outside the city, have your nights have been going well?
Yes, many. Personally, yes. Politically, 'tis a fight that never ends. But I expected this when I entered this role.
Of course. Um, I have talked to the Oathbreaker of recent. We have come to an understanding. He should be passive within his time here.
This is good. Do remember to keep an eye on him. Wouldn't want him acting out of turn like he did before.
Of course. I was also trying to create the meeting with him and the Seneschal, but she has been distant of late. I was wondering if you knew anything about it.
Ah, yes, the Seneschal. No, although she has been wrapped up in her studies lately. That's most likely the reasoning. She is very adept when it comes to the nature of the occult. Something of a specialty for her.
Hmm.
And as such, she must be constantly refining the areas in which she does not have expertise.
I see. I do find it odd. I asked her about her books, and it seemed, when I asked her about it, it seems that they're purely educational, not involving the supernatural.
Da, 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 da. Na, 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 na. Oh, that's 4 successes. Oh no, only 3. Sad face. Wait, what?
Right. I'm confused. How many dice did you roll?
I rolled 7. Okay, I got 2 successes on that roll. Not 3. That is to hide intent, not intent. Basically, the book kind of gets a bit of a reaction out of him because he's been studying a book he was given from the good Seneschal, and while it's anything but it's very educational, but it's anything but natural. So you can peony that if you want.
No, I'm assuming she wouldn't lie to me anything about it, so I have no reason to.
She probably wasn't lying to you. It was probably a different book, but it just triggered a reaction from Ulrich, which he hides. I see. Yeah, she is extremely well educated.
She takes much pride in that due to her position.
More educated than any man I've encountered.
Interesting. I would assume due to the fact that her limitation due to her gender, she should be maybe slightly lacking behind. She has much vigor for it, so I can easily see her surpassing any male compatriots.
Sexuality rarely matters to our kind. Not anymore.
Of course it doesn't. We're beyond petty things of that nature. She even asked to teach one of my servants, a child I have amongst my herd.
Interesting. I would take her up on that offer.
I did. I see no reason not to.
I'm sure she'll fully enlighten him to the way of things. Is there anything else you wish to discuss, Carmel?
Well, no, I wish to merely be aware of our situation so I can be as useful as possible.
Of course.
So, I do ask, once this war is over, I would like it. I would like to create a party involving the mortals, a kindred, of course, but I think we should try to get a tighter grasp over the noble blood within the city so we can have better control of the politics.
Yes, although I'd recommend staying away from the House of Lustor. They're quite volatile and dangerous to themselves and the rest of the city.
Hmm.
Better that they be marginalized than given any sort of recognition.
I'll keep that in mind. Though they may still be useful. I have my abilities to make them much more subdued, but I will listen to your advice to this point until I have better understanding of this group.
I have interacted with every noble house within this city. They are the least reliable and the least capable, and I would suggest, however, going for one of the more minor houses. You'd be surprised at what they're capable of, and being smaller than some of the other major baronies, you would perhaps be able to engage in more subtle activities of an arduous way.
Yes, of course. Well, my dear Baron, I must continue on with my setup then for our soon-to-be victory. And at this point,
Indeed.
Connor will bow. Good evening, sir. And he'll walk out on that.
Eric will nod at him and tell him good evening as the eagles see him out. And with that, we can end our scene
Mm-hmm.
in the
Thank you,
dark.
watchers. Watchings for watching and players for playing.
You bastard!